believe she's missing!
This isn't unique to Chapter 5, but you can see the chest that the main 6 open in Season 4 here.
You should really consider opening a second tea room in Zephyr Heights. The Pegasi would go wild for a shop like this.
Also not unique to Chapter 5, but Alphabettle is in possession of a version of Boneless, the rubber chicken.
I did live here when I was small, but then one day I went out collecting Glowpaz crystals and I got lost in the forest.
Glowpaz are the crystals that Sonambula was gifted after defeating the Sphinx.
I didn't think they were real.
You didn't think what was real?
Breezies have existed since G3, but these ones are more akin to the ones in G4.
In these stalls, there are magical items and secrets that have been lost to your pony kind for generations.
This stall has one of Zecora's masks.
This reminds me of something my dad used to have. If only he could see me now.
It might be possible that this rock is Boulder. Also, this isn't the Storm King's staff, but it does resemble the Bloodstone Scepter, the staff of the Dragon Lord. It's just missing the Bloodstone.
Oh, and you love this painting from the Unicorn Art Museum.
I must say, you had incredibly advanced artistic taste for such a young filly.
I have no idea who this unicorn is.
You know something?
I cannot believe that Pegasus. They're wearing a vintage Carousel boutique hat. Do you know how hard those are to find? And look! This music...
Of course, Carousel Boutique is the name of Rarity's first business. The hat is somewhat reminiscent of the first one that she wears in Sweet and Elite.
This is going absolutely nowhere. Trying to keep her focused is one thing, but these stories are complete nonsense.
Yeah, they're a little... But remember what Izzy said? Let's see what she has to say.
This also isn't unique to Chapter 5, but this animal is the Pegasus from Friends Forever issue 23 of the comics. The comic was illustrated by Tony Fleece, and the Make Your Mark episode it first appeared in was also written by him.
Show me something? Well then, let me put on these new glasses. I went with the classic design. Super hip. Speaking of hips, I got a stretch.
Wow, she is spry.
These are the glasses worn by DJ Pone 3.
Once I attended a super fancy sparkly wedding, but all the ponies kept changing shapes and I almost threw out my hip.
Elderflower is referring to the events of a Canterlot wedding.
A long time ago, there was a magical bat named Dawn. She was surrounded by other bats like her, but one of the bats refused to get along with the others. This bat wanted to fly around and eat all the fruit for herself. So Dawn spoke to a spider who wove a beautiful web to keep the mean, greedy bat away. In the end, Dawn was able to protect their nest, yet the greedy bat continues to this day to try to break the web, which is why some bats eat fruit and some bats eat insects.
The story we're given is pretty up in the air right now. The greedy bat is of course Opaline, but the bats themselves could refer to all of ponykind or just alicorns. If it's just alicorns, then Dawn could be Celestia, who knew of Opaline's intentions and got help to put an early stop to them, which could explain how she basically knows nothing about Equestria outside of her own personal history. Dawn could also be Twilight, which could explain why Opaline has such a righteous vendetta against her. However, the web that was mentioned could be a metaphor for the alleged invisibubble that surrounds Equestria, according to Misty. So if Twilight is the spider, then Dawn could be referring to Luster Dawn, or maybe Starlight Glimmer. Secrets of Starlight is next after all.
What's a together tree?
These trees are very powerful, created only when ponies come together through true friendship. Together trees communicate and connect magically to each other through their roots underground. They are our great protectors, and we in turn must protect them.
We've never seen how the Tree of Harmony was created, but according to Star Swirl, it could have been a very similar process.
But we shall leave behind a seed, in hopes that one day it will grow into a force to stand against the darkness for all time.
All in a day's work, existing with the knowledge of my unicorn ancestors, especially great Auntie Moon Dancer. She sure is a lot. Quit your yapping, I hear ya.
Moon Dancer is Twilight's old friend from school. It was shown that she has a sister, so Elderflower is probably a descendant of her.
No, I think there's been a mistake. That's not mine. What is she saying? It seems serious.
Wait, I think I can translate this with my new app.
It has long been waiting for a special pony, a hopeful pony. I believe that you are the one.
Me?
That's kind of strange. but weirdly flattering. This is awesome. What a cool color. And it looks old too. Really old.
It's lovely. Thank you so much.
Considering the other book references, this could be Cosmic Spectrum from Twilight Sparkle and the Crystal Heart spell, but the color and shape more so resemble the Fire Ruby from Secret of My Excess. But since it's a necklace, I'm still really holding out hope that this is the Rainbow of Light from G1.
That's new. What's up with your scales, buddy?
Despite it being obviously connected to the map, the way Sparky's scales glow is very reminiscent of the Call of the Dragon Lord.
What did I just say? Wow. Everybody, get in here!
The Isle of Scaly? It's the Dragonlands!
The Isles of Scaly are a location featured in Daring Do and the Eternal Flower. They're their own separate Dragonlands to the one in the show, and the name is a pun on the Isles of Scaly.
I've discovered a magical tree network, which means that Pumpkin and Ponies and me can travel between them. Ha! Take that, Twilight Sparkle!
I have no idea who Twilight Sparkle is.